Good evening and welcome to day one, week one, and consecutive another day two also of this week one of Agile Business Analysis uh, track. And today, what we are starting uh, about agile and business analysis together, and then we will continue with the agile track, agile and scrum. We will learn for consecutive 4 weeks, and then we'll continue with business analysis track. And last time what we did, what we transitioned from business analysis track to agile scrum, and continued with the understanding of agile scrum. But today we will continue to know about agility and also about a business analyst, and then take one strong track of agility, agile and scrum, and we will continue with that. So before I begin, let me bring in front of us the actual code of honor. Why this code of honor is required? Can someone tell me that at the start of any track we run through the code of honor? What is the importance of code of honor for you, or as well as for the trainers or mentor, for each one of us? Why any code of honors are required? Who can answer this? Any answers?
Motivated.
Excuse me. Okay, so let me tell you.
Yes, sure.
So we start with a vision, right? So we have a dream, we have to get place somewhere, okay? And when we are walking to certain destination, there are some deviation in the way, on the way we may get diverted. To protect our vision and to continue towards a focus, what we need to do is we need to make sure that our focus and our vision are always protected. Okay, so that's the reason code of honor is there, which will always protect us and which will always make us focused. Okay, so let me share my mind map. So is it clear now why a code of honor is required? Just to protect our what? Protect our vision, protect our destination, and protect our goal. Is it clear now, everyone? Tell me yes if it is.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. Let me admit others. Anila and Prerna has joined. So here I am sharing the screen now. Okay, if you can see the screen, that time you can tell me yes if you can see the screen where mind map I have shared. Okay, so now it is clear to you. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So the importance is a code of honor that protects your goal always. So first is showing up live. Okay. So if you are having a dream and you don't have any code of honor to follow that, remember that may get into a chronic failure. Okay, so remember always to have a proper code of honor and then continue walking towards the goal. So here in this BA Scrum learning, we have 7 code of honor, seven no we have 6. So we will see what all those are. Showing up live is very, very important. Although even if you miss, you can grab the recording always, and then you can continue in the track, and you can be parallel with your practice towards the running track. And for that, when you will show up live, that is important, because that time you can ask any of the doubts or any challenges if you feel so. So show up live on time, be punctual, and be highly committed. Why? Because you have a goal to get placed in a corporate of America as a business analyst or scrum master. And when you'll practice of showing up live or being punctual, and that too on time, and remain highly committed, you will be reciprocated how you will do once you will get placed. And why you need to reciprocate this? Because how you do anything today, you will be doing the same in your lifetime. In short, how you do anything is how you do everything, and that sets your entire routine for lifetime. That's the reason you need to practice it. That's the first. Second one, be a full stack student, where you need to do all the assignments, self research, and repeat what you have learned. The third one is take full responsibility. It is easy to take the full responsibility of success sometime when your mood is in favor, and you can do a certain assignment. That time you can give a self pat on your back, and you can simply cheer yourself. But when it comes to failure, it is not really easy to take the responsibility of failure. But when you remember that every failure is the trail of the success, you can strengthen your success. That time you are ready to take your full responsibility of failure as well. So sometime when you are not able to perform, or you are not able to do some assignment, give yourself credit for that, so that you will be next time taking the ownership of doing that. Okay, so take the full responsibility, because success is yours because of your deeds, or your assignments, and even the failure is accordingly. So fourth one is having a mindset of learner, and continue with the positivity. Make yourself complaint free, and load yourself with the gratitude every single day. And the fifth one is increase your receptivity of learning, and start your day with the strangest secret, the audio which I have given. Are you, every one of you, are continuously, if watching or listening to this audio, trust me, you will be seeing every single day is folding and heading towards your goal to get placed. Okay, you are doing all other activity like attending RRRP session, optimizing your LinkedIn profile, and then connecting with the others, and then your resume becomes marketable, and then you are getting calls, and you are getting placed because you are getting ready. Okay, so this is always supported by this audio that makes you makes you going towards your goal. And when you are doing this, and when you are learning something, remember to apply the golden quadrant of learning that comes with four quadrant, which is declare first what you are going to learn, then start learning, then whatever you have learned, you need to draw that on a piece of paper. Okay, and then summarize that to some little one who can understand, in a way that the little one can understand, or look at the mirror, there you can summarize whatever you have learned, or just shoot a small video and publish it. Okay, wherever you feel that you can publish, and then that will be useful for others. So that is going to strengthen your ability as a scrum master as well as business analyst. And remember, these golden quadrant of learning is important at any point of time when you decide to learn anything. So let's start this learning hour with the declaration. Every one of you, are you ready to declare? Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So how
Yes.
we are going to declare? We are going to declare with one anchor. And anchor is nothing but a clap. That is a self high five. So at the count of three, you are going to anchor yourself this declaration, which is highlighted in front of you over the screen. So we are putting the anchor with the self high five at the count of three. 1, 2, 3, go. And yes, I am a quick learner.
I'm a quick
I am a quick
learner.
learner.
What others can learn and master, I too can do that.
What others
What
can
others
learn,
can learn,
I too can do that.
I too can do that.
And once again, you can give a self high five and repeat after me. 1, 2, 3, once again. Because I am an awesome fast learner, this is going to be super duper easy learning today.
Because
I am
I'm an awesome
learner, this is going to be super duper
easy learning today for you. Yes. And this is going to be super duper easy because, yes, you said so. And sixth one is be a giver. Make yourself a giver. Give your ego away on the path of learning, and start setting up these how it will help you. That will make you more spiritually grounded, on the path of growth. And keep an intent of doing a charity. At least give away 5% and 10% when you start earning. If you are already earning, trust me, when you will start placing away or giving away at least 5% of your income or 10% of your income, you will see from nowhere you are earning more. So start giving away, not only with the intent of earning more. When you give, you grow. When you receive, you may survive. You can also start giving with the intent of inspire. Okay, so if you are giving away already with the intent of growing more, what you give away, what you put out, it will help you to take out more. Okay, so that's the reason. Because of this law, we encourage everyone, like I continuously do, my other students continuously put 10% every single week of whatever they earn. And whatever you are doing these, you need to appreciate them. What others are doing for you, you need to appreciate. And even what something doesn't happen to you, you need to appreciate, because you never know that something that you are trying to get and that is not coming to you, that is setting up your vision in the right direction and helping you to push forward into the right direction. And because that is unknown to you, and if you'll continue appreciating that, remember that is going to appreciate you, because this is another nature's law. What you appreciate appreciates you. And why did we discuss this? We know that everyone of has got the vision, okay, that requires to be protected. We with these three, with these six code of honor. So yeah, so coming back to our start of this, agility and business analysis. So in agile and business analysis in the industry, we know how powerful they are. What all the percentage of open seats, I mean to say open jobs they hold. We have seen in let me ask you, how many of you have already seen that, uh, how many of you already have seen the intro session where me and Prerna and Devji has talked about agility and business analysis, the demo session? Anyone remembers watching that?
Yeah, I mean, before starting the sessions, right? All of you has
Yes,
a
yes,
common
Varsha.
session where, yes,
Yes,
I
exactly.
have attended.
Yeah, I believe that Anila and Varsha might have
Yes,
attended.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not sure about Rupa and Abba and Kamini. Okay, so Prerna is also here. So two people have not joined. Bela has not joined, and who else? Prerna, your friend was also there, right? So I'm not sure. You're a student. I mean, so anyone remember her name?
Deepti.
Chaitali.
Chait
Chaitali.
Chaitali. Okay, yeah, she has not joined the day today's session. So let's continue even without that. So yes, so if you have remember that agility requires three things: mindset, intent, and soft skill. So every single day with the code of honor, by running through our code of honor, we are doing two things. One is we are setting our intent stronger, and second, we are also developing our soft skill. Okay, so that's how from where code of honor also comes in. So remember, when we talk about business analysis and agile, so what all the importance they hold in terms of delivering any project or any product or any support. So can someone tell me, when it comes agile, what do you think are very important with agile? Yeah, no one, so fine.
Uh,
Yeah, Varsha, go
Aj-
ahead.
Agile, Agilist, I mean, the team, whole Agile team is self-organized team,
Yeah,
highly competitive, highly
yeah,
skilled team, but
yeah, yeah.
self-organized. They are not
True
governed or
that.
ruled by a leader or a,
True that. Yeah, yeah.
Hey,
So
hi Gaurav. I was unable to unmute
unmute.
myself.
Yeah,
So
no worries.
yes,
logged off and joined again.
Okay,
So
no
about
worries.
Saitali, I heard, I think she was to travel to India. So I did message her, but I didn't get any response from her yesterday. So
No
I'm not
worries.
sure she's traveling or anything, but we can go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. We are going ahead. So thank you so much, Varsha, for your answer. And yes, so whatever you said is right. And stay till the end, Varsha and Anila, because I really want to talk to both of you, because you started this journey long ago, and now there should be something concrete should be coming to you. Okay, so that's why I request you to stay till the end. And yes, Varsha, whatever you have said is right, but understand, whoever are attending this session for first time, agile is nothing but this is the you can say the backbone of the industry. Okay, this is the backbone, not in fact backbone, I will say this is the ground. Agile is the
Foundation.
ground and business analysis is the backbone. Okay, so agile is the ground where you are going to play, okay, in the agile manner. But business analyst, as a business analyst, you will become the bridge from the top to the toe. Okay, for every single function and operation of any project delivery. So that's why business analysis is very, very important. And I believe that couple of you are coming from business analysis background already, is it? Any one of you? Yeah. Okay, never mind. So understand what agile is over here. So in project delivery, and especially when it comes to IT, when it comes to IT, that is information technology, agile makes the delivery of any project faster, quicker, and ahead of the competitor. Okay, it brings 70% higher profit growth and 50% of higher revenue growth. So this is the basics you can understand when you adapt agility. Okay, when you adopt agility. So that is very important. Is it clear why we are adopting agility now, agile in any project delivery? Is it clear, everyone? Yes.
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 Thank you.
Yes.
So these,
Yes.
thank you, everyone. So these are the fewer traits, so fewer but stronger traits, which makes it more interesting and adaptable for other industry to go ahead with this. So, and when we understand about business analysis, what it does, it improvises the processes. Okay, it improves products and it improves services through data analysis. When we will continue going forward, looking at business analysis, its role and its other importance, that time we will also learn how it is going to improve the services through data analysis, how to analyze those data. Okay, so understand now further that responsible business analysis or business analysts are responsible for creating new models to support business decision by working closely with financial reporting and IT team to establish initiatives and strategies to improve importing and to optimize the cost. So that bridge the gap between business and IT. And you remember when I said that this is the backbone and it integrates and it touches all the operations inside project IT delivery. Okay, IT project delivery. So that's why this business analysis is very, very important role. Okay, and if you are in this role, you are fortunate because you will get the exposure from end-to-end operations or end-to-end project delivery life cycle. So are you getting why this business analysis role is very crucial and very, very important, and how seriously you should be taking this role up? Yes, is it clear to
Yes.
everyone? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
So you play a very quite vital role. Okay, so let's go ahead and understand deeper about agile. So we are getting into introduction of agility. Okay, so this is about modern agile is always come with the fun and celebration. Okay, it engage every single stakeholders, every single people who are associated with the project, okay, it makes the valuable delivery, okay, and that value, everything when being delivered with the value addition makes things very stronger and trustworthy, okay. And that's why this agile adds value to the project. And when we are talking about value, we also test it for the quality, but also test it for the safety, and that becomes the prerequisite of project delivery, okay. And any experiment and any experiment done or adopted or adapted, any new activity adapted, how it is going to help. So it does add lot of learning, okay, when things are adopted through agility, okay. And that's when all people involved with the agile process makes them awesome, okay. And when you will get into the learning more of its history, agile's history, you will learn that in 2001, actually the agile was used, okay. Because their agile manifesto was talked. And in early 2000, 17 people, 17 software developer came together. They were having coffee and they were brainstorming uh, to recognize that how they can make any delivery faster, okay. And that time the need of agility was coming up as a part of insight, okay. And also when they were discovering this, they were identifying that this agile is going to make cumbersome software into a lightweight software, and it will help us to get the early feedback. Like we are when we are learning agile and business analysis, how we are going to learn, we are going to learn it as project. So one second. Okay, so we are going to learn it as a project. This is not going to be a simple learning and training for you. So here you will be watching that I am asking a lot of questions, okay. I'll be waiting for your responses, okay. So this is a feedback. The more you will give us feedback, you will find yourself with the more interaction, okay. You will be able to understand things more closely and more easily, and thereby you will be start using those information in your day-to-day activity, okay. So understand, when you are taking up any single task, if it is a cumbersome task, it is a vast task, when you will divide in a small pieces, and you will complete them first one by one by one by one by one by one, you will be able to achieve the entire single project or entire single task by completing them every single piece one by one easily. Do you think so? It is possible in this way when you have a vast project or vast task, when you divide it into small pieces and you will start completing them one by one. Do you believe it is possible easily rather
Yes.
than approaching the entire task at once? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, let me
Yes.
ask you in another way. So when a meal, or say when you go to a restaurant and there you are given say for example you are into a Subway meal, a large large portion of what do you a sub has come to you and you need to consume. Do you think that at once you can take all the piece, all the bite, or when it comes into the small bite, that will be easily consumable? Of course the answer will be yes. The small bite will be the easily consumable. In the similar manner, agile will help you to deliver the things in a small piece or small chunks, and thereby you will find that the entire project will get delivered, and you will be ready to have fun of that successful delivery, okay. And understand. That's why I also told that when you are delivering one, so let me go back to the example of consumption of consuming the meal. Okay, like sub, when we are taking the example of the sub from Subway for sake of example. So if you take a small bite, that time you can realize whether it is wow, it is okay, or it is extremely sumptuous. So that time you can decide a taste, you can give the feedback immediately. Okay, whether it is spicy, non-spicy, or whatever, however it is in taste. In the similar manner, what is going to happen when you are delivering the very first piece of a project, that time you can receive a feedback from the customer. Yeah, and based on the feedback, you can continue to integrate or adapt that feedback into the next delivery. Yes, that will be more easy, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So in the similar manner, now understand about the evolution of Agile. So in 1990s, the approach was changing, methods were changing, common practices was identified, led to the need of the Agile. Okay, so how it has led into the evolution. So everyone, do you know that software development life cycle? What exactly it is? Do you have idea about it? Software development life cycle? No? Okay, let me tell you. So software development life cycle, you must know. And I think a few of you, because I have gone through
Yes.
few couple of resume and CV, and you have mentioned for that. So here you can see the whiteboard and every single thing. Now what we are going to learn, the traditional way of delivery into IT. Any project was delivered using what first any project was coming, that time okay, let me choose the different color. So any project used to come, that was first coming uh, to
Requirement.
to to all the stakeholder for requirement analysis. Okay, you can say that is a requirement. Just let me choose the right thing to type instead of drawing. That will be more helpful. So yeah, can someone help me and tell me what comes first in the software development lifecycle?
Requirements.
Requirement.
gathering.
Oh yeah, requirement gathering. Okay, so first requirement gathering comes in, then comes requirement gathering means
Analysis.
you speak to customer, you understand what exactly they are looking for, and then you document them, right? You document them and you can
Design
further
code.
analyze them. Yeah, documentation, and sometime second and third both goes hand in hand. Okay,
Yeah.
analysis and design. If analysis you are taking at the third level, you can get into the design mode as well. So design means whatever requirement you have gathered, you have documented, you have analyzed, now you are designing that. Okay, and at the fourth stage, what you do, you code it. Okay,
Coding.
coding. Yeah, so
Test.
now after this, the fifth step used to come, and
Testing.
you used to test it. Okay, and once the testing was done, then you need to deliver it.
Delivering it.
Okay, you need to deliver it, and along with delivery, then you used to provide the support. Okay, once you are providing the support, someone is saying something I missed. So maintenance was the next step. That if you have provided delivery, then again any product or services are requiring the maintenance thing. Sometime they used to follow annual maintenance contract, and they used to renew the support. Okay, because few people require support for a longer period. Say for example, after 12 months they require further 3 months of support, further 6 months, or further a year of support, or something like that. So now here you follow that whatever the way it has come up, it has come up just like a flow, isn't it? It is flowing. And you know what used to happen? So this was called as what?
Waterfall.
Waterfall.
Water. Yes, exactly. Waterfall model. And this used to be a software development life cycle. So remember that. So now using agile, before I talk about it, let me tell you why we shifted from normal waterfall model to different framework. Agile is a framework, okay? Agile is a methodology, and Scrum is a kind of a framework. Inside Agile there are multiple framework, we will be talking about it. Okay, so why we moved from this waterfall model to Agile model? Because when we used to gather requirement, when we used to document it, when we used to analyze it and design it, by this time if we used to reach, the market used to see that lot of changes has come now when it comes to requirement. Now customer requires much more higher thing, okay, much more advanced thing. And while coding has started, testing has started, and now customer is coming with lot of changes, and we could not accommodate that. And that time we used to say that in the next version we will definitely give you new changes what you are requiring. Now from coding, test and delivery is going to happen, and at this point of whatever the changes customer has requested for, that time after delivery we used to realize that those changes at the
Cannot
fourth
be.
stage either cannot be accommodated, or more advancement has come and more new changes they have requested. Okay, and by the time they used to come up with the request, a year or two has might have gone. Okay, so it used to be a really heavy practice, and it was really not easy to accommodate. Okay, and that's when we came up, or the software industry came up with one idea of continuous delivery. At every single point we are going to deliver something, okay, and that too in fast and in a speed manner, and that will make sure that your software is really lightweight. Okay, that this never used to come with the heavy size, so that it cannot be managed further by the entire environment. Sometime because of the being the cumbersome and heavy software, the complete environment used to crash. Okay, to avoid these all these activities or all these threats, we adopted agile way. Okay, so in agile we talk about the various framework, like Kanban is there, Scrum is there, scaled agile is there, and pair programming is there. We will be talking about these all frameworks relate, that is pair programming, Scrum, Kanban and scaled agile, in coming further days. Okay, so where all this agile works, so when customer is ready to accept small pieces of large application to keep their customer hooked until it is ready to be used as a whole. Right, we cannot just you cannot come in one session and we talk everything about agile. Either it will crash the understanding, or either it will just block your understanding. Okay, so ultimately you won't get anything. But when we will learn it in a step by step manner, and in small size, in small session, there is going to be easy for you to understand, adopt and operate it completely in your daily activity. Right, so any so from this session what we can understand, any vast session is there, any vast goal is there, you can consume that, achieve that and celebrate that in a small chunks and a small pieces in a small milestone. Okay, so everyone is understood why agile was introduced. Okay, so now coming back, let me pull the another slide for you. Okay, and there we'll see that what exactly I need to bring for you. And okay, do you have any question, by the way, till now, for agility and this business analysis? We are more now getting geared up for agile and Scrum. So if you don't have any further question, let me go ahead and talk about agility more in detail. Okay, just give me a second. Let me share the screen now with you. Okay. And once you will see the screen, you can confirm me. Okay, we have talked whatever the screen I'm going to share. Let me pull the another one. Day one, day two.
Gaurav, can I add a few things here?
Yes, yes, go ahead, Prerna ji.
Yes. So first of all, a very good evening to all of you and superb explanation by Gaurav. So I just wanted to highlight that when we listen to this concept or when we are being introduced, we feel it's something very different. It's something, you know, out of the box that we are learning for the first time, new words, agility, you know, maybe a lot more things to come. But I just want to highlight in our day-to-day life also, we unknowingly, unconsciously follow agility or follow agile. So, for example, when when we are any a homemaker or working professional or anybody, we simply delegate or deliver our tasks to specialized people. Like, for example, you have your cook who might be doing the cooking part of the kitchen work, you know. You might have a cleaning lady who does the cleaning part, and they both are very coercive or, you know, cooperative in then their own task. Like, for example, when a cleaning lady is working on something, the cooking lady will ensure that she's doing her stuff. Then you might have another person for your laundry. I'm just giving a hypothetical example to just kind of share this concept with you. So all these things you subconsciously delegate or you know, distribute among them, and then at the same time you do a lot of multitasking in day-to-day work. Like, for example, you're on an office call, at the same time you might do something in the kitchen if you're not directly involved in that call or a meeting, or you might clean while you're watching TV, or you might do some ironing while you're listening to the radio, and anything like that. So you're consciously working on some activity, at the same time you're also giving your inputs or working on something else. So that is in a way a form of agile, wherein you're working on something but you're already contributing to something else, and you have the pace, you have the attention, so in a way effective multitasking is also a form of this. So subconsciously, or without any background, you're already working on it. So delegating work to skilled personnel or skilled labor or skilled workers, you know knowingly unknowingly working on multiple activities at same time in effective way. There's not going ahead and spoiling anything, but getting your work done properly. So these all small traits of agility, which you will learn in future. But I just want to tell you that we all are practicing this without even knowing. So you all are already there. Correct me, Gaurav,
No, no,
so that means we're all there, and we just have to understand the terminology and the technicality, or the jargon, I would say English jargon of that, and we will be expert in that. So don't think of this as a something very big, something different. Agility, Scrum, all this is a very much part of your day-to-day life. You have been doing it, and that is how we have to put it into the use when we work for any organization or for any particular project.
yeah.
Yes, Gaurav.
Thank you so much, Prerna ji, for adding it up. And now we are getting into understanding a model of agile. Before we understand that, let me give you some insight and make you more confident to understand one very important thing. Every single activity what you do is nothing but a project. Okay, if you decide to take admission of your kids, okay, when you're discussing about this, that is a project. Okay, when you talk about doing some gathering at your home, in your backyard, you have started planning about it, that's gonna be a project. Okay, now what exactly happens? So you perform one activity or complete a project in a various different style. Okay, so the way you respond to the changes or respond to the situation, and the way you adapt some new things or new understanding or new way to solve some issue, some problem, what exactly happens? Expert, when they watch that, when they observe it, they document it. When they document it, they try to apply it for some other different celebration or other different project in for a day-to-day activity. When the same documented pattern makes that gathering or that project successful, they label it with a name. Okay, they make it and introduce as a part of process that becomes the framework. That's how any methodology once introduced after a certain period of or periodic test of application, that time that emerge as a processes, that time that emerge as a part of a framework. Do you get it? And when you get it, you will find, that is so much interesting and that is so much insightful. We never thought of any framework in that way. Are you getting me? Is it making the processing inside your mind easy? Yeah, are you able to connect
Yes.
whatever I said? Yeah, but
Yes.
why it becomes difficult, why any framework or any project delivery concept becomes difficult? Because we are not able to associate this with our day-to-day activity, right? And we will only attach this with certain stream or certain function or certain project or certain department. Then only it becomes very very means tough for us to understand. But when it becomes easy, when we associate this with our
Coding.
day-to-day activity only. Yeah, so
Yes.
start looking any framework in that way, that how it can be the part of our day-to-day activity. When you start watching those framework or those activity as per your day-to-day activity, you will start studying it in a very casual manner and very easy way. The more casually you will study, the more easy way you will approach, more easy way you will able to understand them. And the more easy way you will be able to understand them, the more easy way you will be able to utilize them. Does it make some sense to you, everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So
Yes.
yeah, be confident that every single thing what you are going to learn, when you will associate with your day-to-day activity or day-to-day life, you will be able to understand it. And when you will be able to understand it, you will be able to utilize it. So that's how it is going to be easiest for you. So that one thing, the moment you will realize with this insight, that make a strongest vow to you, and that time you feel confident. And that confidence is really 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 necessary to bring the ignite in you, that now I understand and I am getting ready to get placed after learning this entire concept. Okay, are you with me so far, everyone? Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Now understand this model. What do you see? Three triangles heading up, okay, pointing up, and three triangles pointing down. Okay, what are these? So three key factors are there in any project delivery, that comes with the changes, and the changes brought by stakeholders, and the context which is related to with these changes and stakeholder as well. Okay, so context, when we are talking about, that is with respect to the changes in terms of the circumstances, the changes. So any changes are nothing but is anticipated solution. that comes based on the problem. So what is the problem? So problem is nothing but as a need. Need when you are not going able to achieve certain activity what you want to achieve. Okay, so that becomes your need. The need is here what you want to achieve something. Okay, when you want to achieve something, that becomes a part of a project. Okay, and that time you see that something is rigid, something is unmovable, that you are going to make it movable by introducing some changes. Say for example, uh, I feel a I feel an urge that when I am talking to you guys, what is going to happen? Uh, sometime because of the pitch, because of the pronunciation, because of some network glitch, you may not able to understand the exact words what I am speaking in front of you. Okay, sometime you may lose some words. Okay, so what I feel that when I am speaking, uh, all the means all the speeches should be converted into text, and that should come in front of your screen. Okay, the moment I start speaking, that should be coming in front of your screen as a part of subtitle. So that I feel that is a part of what need. Okay, and that time I may approach to Microsoft. Okay, I may pay them heavy amount, asking them that when I'm speaking by looking at Microsoft PowerPoint, can you enable some functionality for it that it will also recognize the speech and showcase the text. Okay, they have these different functionality already available for the different tools. What they need to do, they can integrate them together. Are you getting me? The need, how it is coming up and how it has been conveyed and communicated. And I am also putting the context whenever context was only Microsoft PowerPoint. I'm being over here very specific. I'm not asking for a different tool. Okay, or what we can do, we can think more in detail, and what we can say, okay, when I am speaking, is it Microsoft PowerPoint which is transferring the voice to the participant? No, it is the Zoom software which is transferring the voice to participant. So can we request Zoom instead of Microsoft PowerPoint? Because Zoom is the one thing that time you can present anything. You can present whiteboard, you can present Word, you can present a PDF file, you can present any video, and you can pause it and still you can speak up. And that time it should be Zoom software's responsibility, which will bring the subtitles or interactives of whatever I have spoken already. So then that time I can approach to whom? I can approach to Zoom. Are you getting how the contexts are changing? Yeah, so that's how
Yes.
stakeholders are important. Who brings the change, that is important. Context is important. And again, when need is arising, it is arising with the solution. Okay, now the very important thing I'm going to tell you, and please remember this for your lifetime. Okay, why you need to remember this for your lifetime? If you are listening to Earl Nightingale, let me ask you, how many of you have started listening to Earl Nightingale? Do you think you are a very positive person in your life? Everyone out here, do you think you are a positive person?
Yes.
Okay, Bridget says yes. Who else?
Yes.
Somewhat, not 100%.
Okay, thank you for being honest, Varsha. And every one of you are honest, because whatever you know that you can tell, and what you don't know you cannot tell.
You
So
can.
yeah, so let me tell you the audio note what I am talking about. So here Earl says that for 30 days you must try listening to
Yeah.
this audio track. And when you are highly positive, you will continue for 30 days without fail. But sometime when you are hit by circumstances, remember this word. This is very powerful. If you remember, and if you are ready to reverse it, that is going to work in your favor. Your environment is stronger than your willpower. That's why you need to make your environment all the time supportive to you. Let me repeat that. Your environment is all the time stronger than willpower. That is the reason when you decide to achieve something, you may only achieve when your environment is supportive. Now it is up to you how to make that environment supportive. If you are influenced by your environment and you will start working in that way, what you will feel or what you will find that whatever you have decided, you are not able to complete that. But when you will make that supportive, whatever you will decide, you will be able to achieve that. So always remember, Earl Nightingale has also said that when you decide to listen to this 30 days of recording for every single day without missing it, understand that time you are heading towards the positivity. And when you are hit by this environment or hit by negativity, that time only you can come up with the complaint that somehow I cannot complete it. And when you don't complete it, start your day one from then and there. Okay, and that was the start yardstick to identify whether that day you spend with positivity or not, because you come up with either complaint or you will come up with conquering the day. Okay, so how do you want to play? You want to play full or you want to play half-heartedly? So remember, when you play wholeheartedly, you will be winner of the day. Okay, so it is not mere to help you to understand. By the way, I request you to come up with some small example where that becomes the need, a problem that becomes the need, and thereby you come up with the solution. So think about any single small piece of the problem, and that can become the project. Like I gave you the example. So can you think of one? Anyone? Quickly, because here you are training your thinking neurons also, and it will start firing at the speed. Okay, so forget about it. You can still utilize the example of Zoom, what I shared with you. Now, the thing which I quoted, that what I'm going to share is very, very important, and that you need to remember for lifetime. It's all about adding value. Do you want to get placed, okay, to any corporate just for the sake of earning few bucks? That will not work in your favor for lifetime, or till whatever day you have decided to work for that company. Go ahead and join any industry or any company with intent to add value, and your presence will be remembered for lifetime, even if you will leave that industry. Why you need to add value? Because you will be paid, you will only be paid at satisfactory level, and you will be able to receive that perk or salary or that payment with satisfaction when you have added value to that. Okay, how you can think of adding value? Okay, this thing was part of this slide. Okay, this diamond was the part of this slide. Okay, I could have explained then and there, but mere adding this, that has added a little value. Okay, what you are understanding? Okay, say for example, if I bring the headline to this, that is another addition. Okay, that is another addition to the slide. Okay, another addition to the slide. You can name it. Okay, so you can project evolution slide. This is a project evolution slide that we are understanding. Now you can beautify this. The more you will beautify, you can work on the colors, on various things. This was very old slide. Okay, and this slide has just come into the existence. We can rework on that. So when you have time, you can think of what? Adding the value. See, sometime what happens, your stakeholders or your client wants something, okay, in certain time. You have committed them to deliver something at certain time, and you simply deliver them. You can think of what extra we can deliver. Okay, now let me give you another example. The importance of adding value. Okay, when you are ordering something through Amazon and you get a surprise gift in the package, how delightful you will feel. Will you feel really moved? Will you feel really delighted after receiving that package? Yes,
Yes.
that
Yes.
will make more smile on your face. In the similar manner, understand that as you become the vendor for some exchange, means demand and supply. So this is a supply chain management where you demand something and your demand is fulfilled, or you order something, your order is fulfilled, the products are shipped to you directly and you receive them. Okay, that time you become the customer as well. So in the similar manners, if some project delivery is coming to you, delivery request is coming to you, and you are also becoming the part of that delivery directly or indirectly, if you add some value, that can bring extra smile on the face of your client. How powerful it would be. You can be the recognition for the client. If tomorrow, if you think of changing the job, the customer can recommend you or can hire you. Okay, because you have added a small value to customer's product. Does it make sense? So you are not only paid for working, you are in fact paid for adding value. Now let me tell you in more detail. Not only you will be paid, or you will be recommended. The recommendation happen because of adding value. Okay, so you will remain as a staff or as a contractor for employer if you only work. But when you add value, you will become the recommendation. You can become the testimonial for your vendor, your supplier, or your customer. Do you get that? Even for sometime your peer. Tomorrow, now this is very important to understand and install at the deeper level of your brain, that why you need to start adding value. Because when you are working with some peer, even your peer changes the what do you call the company, and in that company you can become the recommendation for them. Okay, if tomorrow, if you are thinking of changing your job, that time you will be recommended. So when you will understand this framework or this model, that changes are good, because business analysts, they need to start moving up, they need to start celebrating the moment the moment they think and see the change, and they accept the change, because there is a work for them, right? And if business analyst is happy for this change, the work is there not only for business analyst, for all the team member, for developer, for tester, for architects, or product owner, for every single person. So whenever change is going to come in your life, smile that time, because something new, invention, new addition is going to come, and you are the point of contact who can add value to those changes. Okay, you are becoming the part of solution which will be utilized by the masses. Okay, and if you could really understand this framework, the getting job is easy and getting into the job is easy. Are you able to understand what I am trying to project in front of you? Yes.
Yes.
The importance
Yes.
of adding value. If you'll go just for few perks and come back, that is not going to serve in a longer way. Here again, I'm re-emphasizing the fact of the mindset of bringing the giving attitude. Okay, you need to give something extra. Now let me recommit something what I have learned from my mentor. If you want a result for your for yourself, you need to work for the family. If you want a result for your family, you need to work for a society. If you want a result for your society, you need to start working for the state. When you need a result for state, you need to start working at the nation level. When you want a result for national level, you need to start working at the global level. When you want a result for global level, you need to start working at the planet level. When you want to work at the planet level, you need to start working at the space level. So the more what do you call, monstrous you will go to perform certain activity, the more monstrous the result will arrive for you. So start adding that level of value. Does it make some sense and trigger something in your brain?
Yes.
Yeah. So are you able to align whatever I'm trying to bring on the table over here? Are you able to align with that? Yeah. Yes, from everyone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this is the very key factor I wanted to install and bring on the table for each one of you, that adding value plays a vital role. Start showcasing that. Even if you're sharing your resume, how you can add value to that, so that the customer will receive, he will delighted. Customer means who will be the customer? Either the HR point of contact or the company who is going to screen your profile. They should be learning something out of that. Okay, when they will learn, they will feel, or they will experiencing a bulb on moment for them, that this person, if through their profile, if he or she can communicate something, he or she can teach me something, he is certainly going to add value. Can you bring the shift, a small degree of shift in your thinking, that this is how I can project even myself and even my resume for that matter of presentation? Yeah.
Yes.
Cool. So this was a very important slide. I have never spoken about it. So I want you to digest that. Okay. Start thinking in that way. And as I said, the agility is all about 3 paradigm. One is intent. Okay. Second is soft skill. And third is means intent, soft skill, and what else? Do you remember? The another factor which I shared with you? Anyone? Okay, there were 3 items. If you remember still, okay. And that I'm bringing in front of you every time is soft skill, intent, mindset, and soft skill. So every time you will learn some soft skill. Any question over here on this project evolution model? So I need certain commitment from you, and that is going to be that you are going to work on the assignments given to you. Okay. And also you will be listening to Earl Nightingale audio. And see, if you can complete that, you can complete anything, right? Because you are habituated of doing anything. Okay. If you can do anything, the way you do anything is the way you do everything. Prerna ji, would you like to add something over here? You there?
No, yeah, sorry. I was on
Oh,
mute.
Abha
No,
was
I'm
out.
good. I think you have given very in-depth, understanding of the concepts and overall. So if they have any doubts, we should be asking them, like, if they need any more clarity, or we could go ahead.
Yeah. So, Abha, did you miss a certain thing? I saw that.
It got disconnected from my side.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, I was just I don't know that it got
Okay,
disconnected from my side. So
no worries. In case you have missed something, you can refer to the recording. So today what I see that we have covered from day one, because this is the day one, and we keep it not very for longer period, because we also see that every time on the day one new joinees are there. So we don't prolong it for 2 hours long. We keep it a bit shorter, and that's the reason I'm asking you if you have understood each and every single thing. Okay, so what further we are going to learn And in fact, we can see further. This is about Agile Manifesto, agility in projects, and tools for practicing Agile. So understand this Agile Manifesto. Prerna ji, if you want, you can take it up, okay? And we can continue from here.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. So when we talk about agile is basically it's standing upon, or it has very strong four values and 12 principles. We'll go slow by slow, because these are like the stepping stone or pioneering stone of this entire concept. Okay, so we'll try to explain that to you, and they are very easy to understand, easy to implement, and honestly, as I mentioned earlier, you might have been even utilizing them or implementing them without your own knowledge. Okay, so let's start. I'll just read out first all of them and then try to go ahead in detail. So yes, what Agile Manifesto states is that there are four core values which need to be followed to get the actual effect or to implement Agile. So those are first and foremost is individuals and interactions over processes and tools. Okay, don't get carried away by the words. It's as simple as it sounds, that you have to give importance to individuals and the interaction that you have with them, than to give more importance to the process and the rules and the methods, and that way. The second one is working software over comprehensive documentation. I think this is pretty self-explanatory, that it states that we have to focus more on uh, getting the actual software done, that actual functionality implementation done, than to merely focus unnecessarily on the extensive documentation. Again, try to understand, we are not saying that we don't have to do documentation. The word is very specific: working software over comprehensive documentation. So because what happened in real life at times, the unnecessary and what I would say, extravagant time is given for documentation, which is at times not necessary. So as we all know, we are always in a strict timelines. We work towards the delivery. That times, to get the best possible result, to deliver on time within budget, we have to stick to this. That unnecessary documentation should be definitely avoided, and along with that, we have to be more focused on delivering the software, because as a client, I know, as a customer, they are more interested and focused in that. Third is customer collaboration over contract negotiation. So even this is quite simple. Simply put, I would say, it means that your coordination, communication, and collaboration with customer is always far more important than what is merely mentioned in the contract negotiation or actual contract. Now this is actually little tricky, but I would like to give you some pointers to that. So we do understand, for any business, for any I would say professional thing, we do have some contracts and agreements going on, which are good to be followed, to keep us in line, to keep us on track of our terms and conditions. But what Agile states is, okay, that's fine to have, rather it's advisable to have a contract, but then in such a dynamic environment where your requirements are changing on day-to-day basis, on depending on technology, latest trend, or your own choices. I'm talking all this from customer point of view. So in such a scenario, when you're working in such a dynamic, ever changing, fast paced environment, we do have to give more focus on the customer collaboration than on the contract. So there can be some situation where the contact says that they wanted, for say, 5 images on a home page. If there's a travel tourism website, they wanted 5 images or say 7 images of the 7 wonders. But now today they want to go ahead with 10 images, adding 3 more pictures of some renowned places. So that's okay. I know this is a very simple example, but this means whatever the customer is asking for now, now as in today or now currently, that always has a more weightage than what was mentioned earlier in the documentation. Okay. Take your time. Sorry. Take your time to understand and digest these things. Don't worry. We don't have to hurry. Slowly we'll explain you in more detail. I'm just giving you the pointers as of now. And the last, but not the least, again, you might feel it is kind of, I would say, different face of a same coin, if I have to put it that way, that responding to change over following a plan. So in line with what I just explained earlier, in Agile, because our what I would say baseline is that we have to respond to changes. Those can be given by the customer, as per their latest trend, latest development, their customer needs or their preferences. We always have to work as per their requirements or their wants or their needs, if I have to put it that way, and then to actually have a plan which was laid back or which was created earlier. So, if you ask me, or if you could actually understand from all these core values, is it does have as a very I would say uh, little implicit what I would say silver lining of spirituality, that it states that we have to be in the situation now. So whatever was mentioned in the contract earlier, the agreement earlier, and the plan earlier, said and done, that's okay, that's there. But if today the customer is asking for something different, something in detail, or they want to remove some of their tasks, if that is within your budget, within your timelines, it is not harming your delivery, definitely you'll have to consider it. So by saying so, I'm not saying that you have to just try to understand that we have to have a balance in everything that we work for. Like for example, if customer is paying us $1 million for this particular project, and all our tasks are aligned with that, all the software, hardware requirement, all the highly skilled resources, highly skilled BAs we got, and everything is going smooth. But tomorrow, if they ask something that is going to cost you per se 2 million, I'm just giving a hypothetical number. So definitely in that scenario, you just cannot accept and go ahead, because that is hurting your budget, because you are not going to get any profit, rather you will have some kind of loss. Then you can speak up and discuss. But then if they want, it's something that is definitely within budget and definitely can be done. It's nothing out of the blue. Like for example, if their earlier color theme was red, now they want it to be brown, or they want some other images, or they want some functionality which can be easily incorporated. See, all these things or all these decisions are not taken by one person. So as a BA, as a technical expert, we might talk to the customer, but the final decisions are always taken by after consulting your seniors, your senior management, your product owner. So that will all follow in the coming sessions. But here I just wanted to kind of imbibe or highlight these things to you, that these 4 are the core values. If possible, please take a picture. Please take a picture of this slide, or take a screenshot, and keep it somewhere in your image folder. When at least daily, a couple of times you look at it, you just scroll through it, and it will slowly will get registered in your mind, because this is like the Gita, Bible, Quran of Agile to start with. And it's really good that if you know this and understand this very well.
Yeah.
So yes, this was some introductory lines on this. Do you have any doubts, guys? Please feel free to ask. I will be more than happy to, yes. Anybody? Varsha, Rijesh, Abha.
So what I can do, Prernaji, over here, let me give a quick example that will be
Yeah,
associated with the day-to-day activity.
sure.
So the first one, what Prerna told that importance of individual interaction over processes and tools. So tools is what? So we also talk about we train in agile fashion. Okay. So for tools are there, you have to join to through Zoom. Okay, that is the tool. Process is that you have to join a certain period of time, but over that, what is important? Interaction and individual. If you fail using the tools, following the process, it's my duty being an agilist, to interact with you and hold individual and bring attention to them. Say for example, so it was Abha's job to log into the Zoom and continue her training. But did I say that was it only tools glitch? So I don't know. Ask the Zoom. Or did I say, hey, the part of process that you should make sure that how you are getting admitted, you are not admitted. Why did not you get admitted into the Zoom in timely fashion? In fact, I interacted with her individually and I told her that how she can cover up whatever she missed. So what I kept here importance of, I kept the importance of individual. I interacted with her. I went beyond the process and the tools. So this is how, with this example, easily you can continue. Okay, following that, how the first value says that in the Agile Manifesto, that individual and interaction are over processes and tools. Okay, now what happens, we save these recording. Okay, every time we keep on giving you the lines or say links, but what if they don't work? Okay, so will it be useful for you to go back, look back, and click on those links which are not really working, even though I have documented it in somewhere in Google Sheet and shared the Google Sheet with you? No, ultimately they are not working. So I need to make sure those link has to be workable one. Okay, what I'm sharing with you, ultimately it has to be used. Okay, so usage of that working software makes that useful. That's why working software is over comprehensive documentation. Okay, then customer collaboration over contract negotiation. Abha and Alila joined her journey in the month of August, but I told them clearly that what you are attending right now is inner circle call, and soon we will continue with our actual calls. Okay, we continued. That was for 6 months or 8 months. After 8 months, we could have told them that okay, sorry, 8 weeks or 6 weeks. After that, we could have told them that okay, 8 weeks are over. But no, the collaboration is important. At the end, they should be understanding is the my goal. Our goal is not only they need to come and sit for 6 weeks or 8 weeks. No, my goal was collaborate with them in a way that they will get placed. If they will not, I will ignore for a moment the contract and will make, see, this is the part of adding value. If you can apply this in the business, the customer will not go anywhere. This is the mantra of entrepreneurship. This is the mantra. If in any company people don't understand, the decision maker don't understand this, if you'll make them understand, the relation with the customer will go long way. Okay, so that's the reason you need to understand, if the person is not served with the intent what you wanted to deliver, make sure the person will get served with that. And that's the reason the more intent over here is that you don't only come and sit and go back after a certain duration. You go back with the complete wisdom, complete application, and you feel that you have worked on that completely. You need to go with the experience, not barehanded. Okay, then responding to the change over the following a plan. We are following a plan every single week. We are delivering certain wisdom. We are delivering certain values. We are delivering certain certain module about agility and business analysis. But at the same time, in between, you will find that new people are joining. So how we are responding to the change, so that in a way that existing students, they feel that the class is still ongoing, and even though class is ongoing, you are graduating from where you have left off, the new person should start feeling that I am the part of day one, as well as like others are the part of day one. They should not feel like that something advanced have been brought together and they are not really understanding that at all. I know that every single of you have joined in some different date, but did you feel that you were not in the flow? I'm sure that 100% you might have felt that you are already in the flow. That's how you need to also respond to the changes which is coming into the project. Are you able to associate with it and relate with it, every one of you? Yes.
Yes.
So this is how you need to adapt, that how to adopt and how to respond to the change. Okay, and if you can master it, and if you can demonstrate where you are working, you are going to simply perform at a different level, at the top level of performance. We can say you will be the peak performer. Okay, you will start performing at the peak of your energy. So that's what. And this agile manifesto, for agile there is agile manifesto, for BA there is a BA BOG, that is body of knowledge. In the similar manner, for project management, PMBOK is their project management body of knowledge. So these are the guidelines which we need to follow, and coming days you will be learning a lot about the 4 values, principles, and we are going to repeat them for a few coming days as well. So any question? If not, then we will stop here the screen sharing. And yeah, Prerna ji, would you like to add something? I just wanted to add, and I completed that.
So I think really gave very apt example where they could relate to the real life situations, how things are.
Yeah, you went on mute. I think she might have. Okay, no worries. Prerna, you are on mute. Yeah, so you might have found it with the useful, and you could relate with the daily life example. So Prerna, are you unmute? Have you
Yeah,
unmuted yourself?
I did unmute myself, and I was just saying that whatever you explained now, that was very well. Rather, it was very apt to the real life situation, and I think we should give them some time to sink all these concepts in.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's the first day, and there are many new things coming up. Yes.
Yeah. So in fact, you are listening to the recording. So remember, now the next action step, whatever you have learned, go back and draw it, what you have learned. However you wish to draw, you can use the mind map, whatever I have used. Okay, or draw that with pen and pencil, and you can shoot a small video of a minute or two, and then you can share what you remember, what you have learned. You can show or display or flaunt once that what the drawing you have made, and you need not to refer them back again and again. Even once is okay. You should be audible when you are shooting back any small summary, and you can remember to smile. Okay, so that will make the summary more means easy to understand, and easy to complete till the end for a minute or two. So that is the second one. Yeah, if no question, let me ask Brijesh. Brijesh, what do you feel like saying in today's complete session? What comes in your mind? Brijesh, you can unmute and you can speak up. Yes.
Just I guess just learning agile. Excited to learn it.
Okay, so you learned agile. You want to say that?
Yeah, learn more about it, the background, all the information that you gave. It was a lot of detail.
Okay, so detail is the word for you. Detailed learning of Agile. Okay, can you tag someone on the screen?
Anila.
Anila, what do you feel like saying? I know this might have been repeating for you, but yeah, what do you feel like?
Yeah, even though I have attended the same session, today I could learn a little bit more than the previous session. So it was very interesting for me today.
Okay, interesting and more for you. Thank you. Call out someone's name on the screen.
Kamini.
Kamini, what do you feel like saying?
Good start. Back again.
Okay, good start again, you said. Okay, continue with the start and complete the start. Yeah. So yeah, that I would say. Call out someone's name on the screen.
Sorry, I didn't hear.
I said that yes, that's good start for you. Continue in this start and complete it. Okay,
Yes.
because I
Thank you.
remember that somehow you couldn't complete that earlier. So complete it and call out someone's name on the screen, Kamini.
Varsha?
Varsha, what do you feel like saying?
As far as the manifesto is concerned, it was a good refresher. And rest of the things, I think every time it's a good start. So this evolution part was a really good thing that we learned. I found it new and quite interesting.
Thank you so much, Varsha. Varsha, call out someone's name on the screen.
Rupa.
Rupa, what do you feel like saying?
Today I learned about software development lifecycle and agile. These are all new points, but it is interesting.
All right. Rupa, call out someone's name on the screen.
Abha?
Abha, what do you feel like saying?
Their session, like we learned agility through the like very relatable.
Abha, your voice is a little low. I mean, yeah.
Okay. Today's session was very relatable, like with the everyday experience, AR examples. So it was easy learning, understanding the concepts with those examples.
Okay,
You
easy
could
learning.
relate, right? Yes. Yes.
Yeah, call out someone's name on the screen then.
Prerna.
Prerna ji. Yes.
Yeah, so thank you, Abha. So definitely a super interesting session where we started with the introduction of Agile, and I'm pretty sure you all must be a little excited, might be even, you might have some apprehension, but trust me, the journey is super fun and super interesting. It's a great concept to learn and implement. So for me, the word for today's session is interesting. Yes, over to you, Gaurav.
Thank you so much. Yeah, for me also, this is a refreshing, this is a new start. And yeah, I try to incorporate in a daily life example. So I think everyone might have got the understanding well in detail. Continue this journey, don't discontinue. If you discontinue, you will disconnect. When you will disconnect, you will be discouraged. So I want you to continue. So in continuation, you will be encouraged and you will be blessed. So ultimate goal is the getting blessed, okay, in the IT. So thank you so much for your participation. We'll talk again soon tomorrow. So yeah. So take a good relaxation, recharge your body and mind with a wonderful sleep, and good night to all of you. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Good night. Take care.
Good night.
Good
Bye.
night.
Good night.
Good night.
And good day.
Abha and Varsha and Anila, you can stay back, not Abha.
All right.
So yeah, Varsha and Anila, the very important thing you have come, you are now repeating it. I want you to repeat, but at the same time, I want to emphasize that you should be start chasing your HRs and now start attracting more of the jobs. Talk to the HRs, whoever, be the part of RRP session, get your resume approved through Devji, and start chasing your HR that where they are marketing your what do you call resume,
Resumes.
okay, so that you can get the interview. And in case you have any question about the interview preparation or something like that, you can simply get in touch with us.
Sure.
Okay, I just wanted to quickly check. Have you done any updates on your resumes again, apart from the last time you had shared, Harsha?
Yes, yes. I
Yeah.
had attended the sessions.
Yes.
They've
So
just
will you
sessions.
share
And
that with us? We would like to glance through. Same with Abha.
Anila.
No,
Anila.
I am also done with my resume. I have already submitted it to
Oh, great.
Dev sir.
Great.
But you know, here and there, I feel like too much I have added in my resume. So
Not an
oh, me
issue.
too.
Please do share it us. Share the resume on WhatsApp. We'll also have a glance through, and if required, we can talk on it post tomorrow's session. After that. Yes,
all
because if
right.
you're
Okay.
feeling like that, then let us address that. If we also feel that
Yeah.
it is something more, then we can definitely reduce it. Or if it is okay, that's just your feeling, then that's also fine. We'll just take a look at it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Now,
Yeah, because
I'm
those
yeah, Varsha,
because
complete.
because those experience that he had not Gaurav, Dev sir has asked, those
Mhm.
are the complete uh, uh, full experience he had asked me to add,
Okay.
complete 3 years or something.
Mm-hmm.
So considering my comfort level, I'm finding it very difficult to cope up with to create a full experience. And interview cracking is not just the issue. I might be able to crack it, but
Mm-hmm.
performance is the issue.
No,
And somewhere when I'm not comfortable.
I'll be very honest. Don't use this word issue. So everybody has their viewpoints. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
Dave has this viewpoint that your resume have to stand out. See, imagine the company might be getting every day at least not thousands but hundreds of CVs, right? So in that, that has to stand out. That might be the reason. And second, your comfort level is also important. But
Exactly.
but but the kind of teaching or sessions we do have, Varsha, even that it is a lot practical oriented. So that is why I just was feeling, share with us, let us talk over it. If there's anything up and down, or anything to be added, removed, whatever you feel like, we can just have the kind of this, some time to after tomorrow's session, we can talk over it.
And
Right, Gaurav?
yeah,
Yeah,
and
but
Varsha and
tomorrow,
Anila. Yes,
I'm so
Varsha.
sorry to interrupt both.
No, continue.
Tomorrow's session, I won't be there. We need to attend a engagement. So
Okay,
Okay.
not an issue. You can join us on next Monday.
yeah,
But then do share your CV in between, so
yes,
I can
yes,
even have look at both of your CVs and
sure.
just try to have our views on that.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I want
Okay.
Varsha and Anila, the momentum going high. It should not
Mhm.
lower now. Now that you have completed almost the training, so eventually what may happen, the momentum may go down. But now this is the right time to hit it hard and get it done. Okay. So what do I mean? Lot of means mind will chatter the different issues and it will list in the mind. But when it will remain in mind, it will create more the mess in the mind. Okay, and that will come into the reality. Now how we are going to deal with it? So whatever the resume will be approved or addition will be asked to complete, do them in your resume, even though you feel uncomfortable, because that time you need to tell yourself, okay, my mind says that it is uncomfortable, let me go to my trainer or my mentor, and there this is going to be comfortable. So when you will come back, that's our duty to make that, how to make that comfortable for you. Okay, we will give you some amazing insight that will make you more confident instead of feeling like, oh, how it will impact our performance. No, how it can boost your performance, that is our job. Okay, so that is how it is going to be. So go
Sure.
ahead and complete whatever you are asked to complete, and then come back to us